Alright, this Adobe Lightroom tutorial is all about cropping. Gonna open up Lightroom. It's really important to learn all the shortcuts, so I'll go over the most important ones. It can really speed up your workflow. Okay, so once you've chosen a photo in Lightroom, you can click R on your keyboard, and that'll take you right into cropping. You can also enter the Develop module, and then click on the crop icon. But the shortcut R on your keyboard will take you in and out of cropping even if you're in the library. So hit R on your keyboard and get into cropping. Now that you're in crop, you can free crop by dragging the border, or you can click and draw your own. You can then reposition the image by just clicking and holding and dragging the image around. To lock or unlock your aspect ratio, you can hit the shortcut A on your keyboard, and then you can crop it in new shapes however you like, and hit A to lock it again. At any point, you can hit Ctrl Alt R on your keyboard, and that will reset your crop. All of the image information will be saved outside of the crop, so you can always come back and recrop later on. If you have a specific aspect ratio that you want, you can go over to the crop panel, click right here by aspect, and then select what you want. So I usually post my images on Instagram, and right now the best aspect ratio for Instagram is 4:5 vertical. So I'll go down and I'll click 4:5. That'll bring me into the right aspect ratio, and then to switch the orientation of the aspect ratio, all you have to do is hit X on the keyboard. And that'll bring it into the vertical, and then I can reposition. If your image is crooked or you have a horizon that you want to straighten out, there are a few ways to straighten out your image. You can hold Control on your keyboard and then draw along the horizon that you want to be flat. That'll straighten it out. Otherwise, you can click and drag on the image outside of the crop border, and then just turn it around the axis until it's nice and level. Press O on your keyboard and you'll cycle through the different crop overlays. The standard one is the rule of thirds, but there's also diagonal lines and the spiral, which is the golden ratio. Lastly, there are overlays of different aspect ratios, and this can be really helpful if you're posting somewhere where your image is going to be further cropped. So if you post a 4:5 image on Instagram, for example, it'll show up in your feed as a 1:1 still. So you can change the aspect ratio overlays by going up to Tools, Crop Guide Overlay, and then choose aspect ratios. So I usually go down and I leave just the 1:1, hit OK, and now if I crop 4:5, I'll be able to see what it'll look like cropped as a 1:1 as well. As always, you can hit L on your keyboard to isolate the image. This can really help you just see exactly what it's going to look like. You can continue to crop it and play around with it. Hit L again to get out of the isolation, and then when you're done cropping, you can just hit R on your keyboard and continue editing your image. We actually got these pictures of Arctic foxes and other animals when we were winter camping in Quebec over the other weekend, and some of them turned out really well. I'll be posting the best ones on social media, so you can go check out my Instagram and my Facebook. Hopefully some of these tips were helpful for those of you using Lightroom, and I'll catch you in the next tutorial. Peace.